इंसान जिसका नाम है बोलियत, वो हर जंग में बोलता, जिसके पास इतनी हिम्मत है मेरे को हराए। उसके बाद डेविड के तीनों भाई में तीनों निपादम कुंबिडुन्ने യേശുവേ നിൻപാദം കുമ്പിടുന്നേ നിസ്തുല സ്നേഹത്താലേ ക്രിസ്തുവേ ഉണ്ണി ഉണ്ണി He's beautiful in his time. Lord, please show me every day as you teaching me of it, that you do just what you see in your time.
ദൈവം നീ മാത്രം മതി എനിക്ക് യഹോവ റാഫ സൗഖ്യദായകൻ കണ്ണടിപ്പിണരാൽ സൗഖ്യം യഹോവ ശാമ കൂടെയിരിക്കും നൽകുമെൻ ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ നീ മാത്രം മതി നീ മാത്രം മതി നീ മാത്രം മതി എനിക്ക് നീ മാത്രം മതി നീ മാത്രം മതി നീ മാത്രം മതി എനിക്ക്
Apart from doubting God, like God's promise, I used to believe that she was very saintly person. She never did anything disobedient in the eyes of the God. But as I read about her, it's completely different from what I used to think about. So I'd like to talk about her a bit. So her original name was Sarai. So God changed the name Sarai to Sarah, so which meant princess or a noble woman. So why did God change? Maybe because of her, because of the way God saw her, or because of the way she lived her life. Maybe because of that God changed. Similarly, how God changed Abraham's name from Abraham to Abraham. So that's how I view that. Next, I'll talk about Sarah's, the way Sarah looked upon God's promise. So when God promised Sarah that she would bear a son in her old age, Sarah did not believe. Anyone with a common sense won't believe that a woman will bear a child during her old age. Sarah also similarly, like every human, didn't believe, but she still had faith in her that God's promise would be fulfilled. That's what made her very different from the common woman, like from us. Next is the thing between Hagar and Sarah. So when Sarah couldn't give birth, she believed that Hagar will give birth and she would take care of the child. But it wasn't the case there. Egyptian woman and she's an Israelite, so there's a difference there. And because of the jealousy, there was a family dispute. Obedient and loyal to Abraham, that's one of the very good qualities that is appreciated by everyone. In some of the marriages we see the pastors taking Sarah's life as an example for other Christian women during the marriage. So she is a very good model in faith. It's described in New Testament. Exactly in 1 Peter 3:16, we talk about Sarah's character character about her loyalty and faithfulness towards God and her husband. Then another thing that's talked in Bible is about Sarah's death. So it's very rare to find woman characters' death in the Bible, but Sarah's death has been recorded in the Bible. It's in Genesis 23 verses 1 to 2. It talks about that Sarah died at the age of 127, and she also gave birth at the age of around 90, which is a promise that God fulfilled. So Sarah's life in the Bible, it's quite complicated and complex. She is actually described very saintly or very good person, but at the same time she had a lot of other many qualities that's not appreciated much.
കണ്ണുനീർ തന്നിട്ടു പന്മകൻ അകലേക്ക് പോയി മറഞ്ഞ നാളിൽ അന്തിയോളം നിന്റെ കാലൊച്ച കാതോർത്തു അഗ്നികുണ്ഡം പോലെ ഉരുകിയമ്മ അന്തിയോളം നിന്റെ കാലൊച്ച കാതോർത്തു അഗ്നികുണ്ഡം പോലെ ഉരുകിയമ്മ കുഞ്ഞുനാളിൽ വാശി കൂടി നീ പോയാലും മുതൽ നിന്റെ കീശമറയ്ക്കവേ പുറകിലേറിഞ്ഞു നീ മാതാപിതാക്കളെ അമ്മ വളർത്തിയ ദോഷമിന്നാളുകൾ അന്ന് തൊട്ടിന്നോളം എത്ര പഴി കേട്ടു തെരുവിലിറങ്ങാതെ ലക്ഷിതനായപ്പൻ തലതാഴ്ത്തി മുറിയിലിരുന്നു വിതുമ്പിയേ അവിയിലേക്കെപ്പോഴും കണ്ണുകൾ പായിച്ചു വടിയൂന്നിയപ്പനും ഞാനും ഇരിക്കവേ ഇടറുന്ന പാദമങ്ങകലെയായി കാണവേ ഉടനോടിയപ്പനും ഒപ്പമീയമ്മയും ഇടറുന്ന പാദമങ്ങകലെയായി കാണവേ ഉടനോടിയപ്പനും ഒപ്പമീയമ്മയും साथ चलूंगा मैं जय जरूर पाऊंगा साथ चलूंगा मैं जय जरूर पाऊंगा प्रभु का धन्यवाद करूंगा ना देगी मुझे दुनिया कभी भी कोई सुख और शांति ना देगी मुझे दुनिया कभी भी कोई सुख और शांति मेरे यीशु के साथ अन्य संगति में मेरे यीशु के साथ अन्य संगति में सदा मिलती खुशी मुझको प्रभु का धन्यवाद करूंगा उसकी संगति में सदा रहूंगा साथ चलूंगा मैं जय जरूर पाऊंगा साथ चलूंगा मैं जय जरूर पाऊंगा प्रभु का धन्यवाद करूंगा ബേർഡ് പക്ഷികളെ നോക്കുവിൻ
From there, I will continue. As Pharaoh, we see that as Pharaoh was filled with rage, he changed his mind. After his death, he was devastated and he thought, "Ki chalo jaane do." They left. He gave the people of Israel to Moses, and as they were leading their way towards the promised land, the Pharaoh changed his mind. As he is very stubborn, he wanted kind of revenge. So as they reached, they were going through the sand. The Pharaoh was filled with rage, and after leaving them, he changes his mind, and to get them back, he wanted to get them back. He took all his troops and went looking for them. He was tailing behind them. Now, the people started complaining to Moses. Now, we must not have this kind of behavior, like after saving the people of Israel, they again started complaining. They were stuck in the middle of the army. They were stuck in one place. Like behind them was army, and in front of them was the sea. Now, how can they pass the sea? If they move forward, they will drown. If they go back, they will be caught. what will they do? Now, the Lord is great, as we know. The Lord is great, and the Lord showed us the way, as always. The Lord showed them the way. The only thing that can save them was the power of God, as we know. Then Moses steps forward and says, in Exodus chapter 14, verse 13 and 14, it reads as, "And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish."
What the first thing we do is that we defend it, we blame it to some other person. But ഇവിടെ ആ കള്ളൻ അവസാന നിമിഷങ്ങളിൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം. അവസാന നിമിഷത്തിൽ അവൻ he's accepting that, he's accepting his crime, he's accepting his mistakes, he's not defending that, and he's accepting that. നമ്മളോ ന്യായമായി അനുഭവിക്കുന്നു, നമ്മൾ തെറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, and that because of those deeds we deserve this punishment is what he's saying. The last thing which he did was he had hope in Christ. ആ നല്ല കള്ളന്റെ നാലാമത്തെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ he had hope in Christ. എങ്ങനെയാണ് hope ഉള്ളത്? He's saying when you come into your kingdom, remember me when you come into your kingdom. നീ വരുമ്പോൾ എന്നെ ഓർക്കണം എന്ന് അവിടെ hope. He definitely has hope. Now he has realized that this is the Son of God, and now he has hope in that, hope in Jesus Christ, that when he comes he will remember me, and that's why he is saying that. അതുകൊണ്ട് സംഭവിച്ചത് എന്താണ്? അവിടെ കർത്താവ് പറയുന്നത്, truly I say unto you today, you will be with me in paradise. So അവിടെ you will be with me in the paradise. Why? Because this person has hope. This criminal has hope. ക്രിമിനലിനെ പറ്റി നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ അവൻ ശിക്ഷ അനുഭവിക്കുകയാണ്. അവൻ പൂര ലൈഫ് he has been doing sins, he has committed crimes, he has done lot of things. But at the last moment when he is realizing all his mistakes, what he is doing? He is talking about Christ. He is rebuking the other criminal about Christ. You don't know who this person is. He is fearing the God, he is accepting his sin, he is having complete hope that this is Jesus Christ, and when Jesus Christ will come back, he will take me with him. And when we do all these things, the very same thing that happened with that criminal will happen to us. We will end up having great blessing. We will be so blessed, accepting our mistakes, talking more about Lord, fearing. When Christ will see all of this, it doesn't matter how we have been all these years. The only thing that matters is that at this end moment, when the world is going to end, what are we preparing ourselves for? Let's prepare for that. Let's speak more about God. Let's fear God. Let's accept our mistakes. Let's have a complete hope and faith in God that He will come to us. We believe that, and let's have complete faith in every aspects of our life, our jobs, our future things and everything. Let's have hope placed on Christ, so that we all get blessed like the same way the criminal did on the cross. So